There is a very strange thing that happens when you finally start earning more money. At first, it feels like life is about to change. The paycheck is bigger. The number in your bank account looks better. You feel a little safer, a little lighter, maybe even proud. For a moment, you think, finally, this is what I needed. But then a few months pass, and somehow, nothing feels different. The bills are still heavy. The savings account still looks weak. The credit card balance is still there. The stress is still there. And now the question becomes even more uncomfortable. Because before, you could blame the income. You could say, I just need to earn more. But now, you do earn more. And you still feel broke. That is when a scary thought hits you. If more money did not fix this, what will? Most people answer this question the wrong way. They think they need another raise, a better job, a side hustle, a bigger salary, a higher income level. And yes, income matters. Let's not pretend it doesn't. If your income is too low to cover basic life, earning more absolutely helps. But for millions of people, the deeper problem is not just income. The hidden reason they feel broke is this: their income goes up, but their definition of normal goes up with it. And when your definition of normal becomes more expensive, every raise disappears before it ever becomes freedom. That is the trap. You do not feel broke only because of what you earn. You feel broke because your life quietly expands until it consumes everything you make. And the worst part? It does not feel like a trap while it is happening. It feels normal. It feels deserved. It feels responsible. It feels like progress. That is why people miss it. They are not making one huge financial mistake. They are making small, reasonable, socially acceptable upgrades. And slowly, those upgrades become the new minimum. Let me show you how this happens. Imagine someone named Alex. A few years ago, Alex was earning around $55,000 a year. Life was not easy, but it was simple. Small apartment, older car, basic furniture, home-cooked meals, rare vacations, a phone that worked even if it was not new. Alex looked at people earning more and thought, if I could just make $75,000, I would finally breathe. Then the raise came. And for a little while, it felt amazing. But then the upgrades started. Not crazy upgrades, normal ones. A slightly better apartment, because the old place felt too small now. A newer car, because the old one started feeling unreliable. Better clothes, because the new job required a better image. More eating out, because work was stressful. A gym membership, because health matters. A few subscriptions, because everyone has them. A small vacation, because after working this hard, Alex deserved it. None of this felt irresponsible. That is exactly the problem. One upgrade did not ruin Alex, but 40 small upgrades quietly changed the cost of being Alex. Then another raise came. Now Alex was earning $90,000. And again, life adjusted. Better apartment, bigger car payment, more expensive restaurants, better vacations, more generous gifts, more subscriptions, more lifestyle expectations. And one day, Alex looked at the bank account and thought, how am I making this much money and still stressed? This is where most people get confused. Alex did not become broke because of one stupid decision. Alex became trapped because every raise became a lifestyle upgrade before it became financial freedom. That is how lifestyle inflation works. It does not attack loudly. It creeps. It turns nice to have into normal, then it turns normal into necessary. And once something feels necessary, cutting it feels like going backward. This is the first reason you feel broke, no matter how much you earn. Your baseline keeps moving. When you earn less, certain things feel like luxuries. A nicer apartment feels like a luxury. A newer car feels like a luxury. Ordering food multiple times a week feels like a luxury. A weekend trip feels like a luxury. A $200 jacket feels like a luxury. But once you experience those things long enough, they stop feeling luxurious. They become normal. Then, your brain adjusts. And suddenly, the old life feels unacceptable. The apartment you used to be grateful for now feels too small. The car that used to be fine now feels embarrassing. The meals you used to cook now feel boring. The phone that still works now feels outdated. Nothing actually got worse. Your standard changed. That is the danger. Luxury feels good at first. But the real danger is when luxury stops feeling like luxury. Because once your lifestyle upgrades become your baseline, your income has to work harder just to make you feel okay. That is how someone can earn $40,000 and feel broke. Then earn $80,000 and still feel broke. Then earn $120,000 and still feel broke. The number changed, but the feeling stayed the same, because the lifestyle kept catching up. The second reason is even more dangerous. Fixed costs trap you. Most people blame small spending, coffee, snacks, random purchases, a shirt they bought online. But for many people, that is not the real problem. The real problem is that their paycheck is already gone before it arrives. Rent, car payment, insurance, phone bill, internet subscriptions, credit card minimums, student loans, personal loans, daycare, utilities, installments. These are fixed costs. And fixed costs are dangerous because they do not ask how you feel this month. They just show up. A $25 mistake is annoying. A $750 car payment is a cage. A $3,000 rent payment is a cage. A credit card balance that never dies is a cage. The more fixed costs you add, the less freedom your income gives you. This is why someone can have a good salary and still feel trapped. Because technically, they make money. But emotionally, they never touch it. The paycheck comes in, rent takes its cut, the car takes its cut, the insurance takes its cut, the credit cards take their cut, the subscriptions take their cut, the lifestyle takes its cut, and whatever is left has to handle food, gas, family, emergencies, social life, and everything unexpected. So the person says, "I need more money." But sometimes the truth is harder. They do not only have an income problem, they have a structure problem. Their money is trapped inside promises they made when they were feeling optimistic. That is what fixed costs are. Promises your future self has to keep. And if you make too many promises, your future self has no room left to breathe. That is why the better question is not, "Can I afford the payment?" The better question is, do I want this payment controlling my future? Because a raise can make a payment feel affordable. But affordability is not the same as freedom. A payment can fit your budget and still steal your peace. The third reason is social comparison. This is where your life gets expensive without you noticing. Nobody builds their lifestyle alone. Your idea of a normal life is shaped by the people around you, your friends, your coworkers, your relatives, your neighbors, the influencers you follow, the people you see online every day. At first, you are just watching. Then slowly, your expectations change. Someone buys a house, and your apartment feels smaller. Someone gets a new car, and your car feels older. Someone goes to Europe, and your weekend at home feels boring. Someone posts a perfect kitchen, and your kitchen feels outdated. Someone wears expensive clothes, and your normal clothes feel cheap. Nothing happened to your actual life. But your reference point changed, and when your reference point changes, your satisfaction changes. This is why comparison is so expensive. It does not take money directly from your account. It changes what you believe your money should buy. You are not comparing your real life to someone else's real life. You are comparing your private stress to their public highlight, your messy kitchen to their staged kitchen, your normal Monday to their best Saturday, your bills to their vacation photos, your old car to their new car announcement. And because you see the best moments of hundreds of people, your brain starts believing everyone is ahead. Everyone is traveling. Everyone is buying homes. Everyone is dressing better. Everyone is making more money. Everyone is living better. But that is not reality. That is a feed. And a feed is not designed to show you normal life. It is designed to hold your attention. Still, your brain absorbs it, and slowly your own life starts feeling smaller. Then you spend, not because you need something, but because you want to close the emotional gap. You are not buying the product. You are buying relief from feeling behind. But that relief never lasts. Because comparison always moves the finish line. There is always someone with more. A better house, a better car, a better vacation, a better body, a better lifestyle. If you let comparison define enough, you will never have enough. The fourth reason is convenience. This one feels harmless. When people start earning more, they usually do not say, "I want to waste money." They say, "I just want life to be easier." And honestly, that makes sense. You work hard. You are tired. You do not always want to cook. You do not always want to drive. You do not always want to clean. You do not always want to wait. So convenience starts entering your life. Food delivery, takeout, Uber, Amazon orders, premium apps, subscriptions, same-day delivery, service fees, automatic renewals. None of it feels dangerous. That is why it is dangerous. Convenience spending rarely feels like lifestyle inflation. It feels like survival. I'm busy. I deserve this. It's only $12. It saves time. It makes life easier. And sometimes, it really does. The problem is not convenience itself. The problem is automatic convenience. Because once convenience becomes automatic, it becomes a tax on your income. A few dollars here, a few fees there, a subscription you forgot about, a delivery order that costs twice as much as cooking, a premium plan you barely use, a random online purchase because buying took one click, and by the end of the month you are staring at your account wondering, where did it all go? The answer is simple. It leaked. Not in one dramatic moment. It leaked through frictionless spending. Modern spending is designed to remove pain. You do not feel cash leaving your hand. You tap, you swipe, you subscribe, you auto-renew, you buy now, you pay later. That is why earning more can make the problem worse. Because when you earn more, you stop questioning the small leaks. You say, "It's fine. I make more now." But small leaks multiply. And when enough small leaks stack together, they become a whole. The fifth reason is identity spending. This is the deepest one. A lot of spending is not really about the thing you buy. It is about the person you are trying to become. You buy better clothes because you want to feel professional. You buy a nicer car because you want to feel successful. You buy expensive fitness products because you want to feel disciplined. You buy home decor because you want to feel put together. You buy expensive gifts because you want to feel generous. You buy things for your kids because you want to feel like a good parent. You buy experiences because you want to feel like you are living fully. Again, not all of this is bad, but you have to be honest about what is happening. Sometimes you are not buying the item. You are buying proof. Proof that you are successful. Proof that you are responsible. Proof that you are stylish. Proof that you are not behind. Proof that you are doing better than before. And identity spending is powerful because it feels personal. If someone says, "Do you really need that car?" You hear, "Are you really successful?" If someone says, "Do you really need that expensive vacation?" You hear, "Are you really living a good life?" If someone says, "Do you really need that outfit?" You hear, "Are you really the person you are trying to become?" That is why cutting back feels painful. Because some expenses are not just expenses. They are identity supports. They are emotional signals. They are proof that you are okay. This is why normal financial advice often fails. People say, just spend less, but they ignore the emotional side. For many people, spending less does not feel like saving money. It feels like becoming less. That is the trap. So before you buy something, ask a sharper question. Not just, can I afford this? Ask, what am I trying to prove with this? Am I buying this because I truly value it? Or am I buying it because I want to feel like a certain kind of person? That question can save you thousands. Because once you name the identity you are trying to buy, the purchase loses power. You can finally see it clearly. The sixth reason is this. Raises hide broken systems. This is the part nobody wants to hear. More money can hide problems instead of fixing them. If you had no budget before, a raise may help you survive without one. If you had spending leaks before, a raise may cover them for a while. If you had credit card debt before, a raise may make the payments easier. If you had no savings system before, a raise may make you feel safe, temporarily. But if the system does not change, the money still disappears. That is why some people keep chasing the next income level. They say, at $60,000, I'll be fine. Then they get there. Now it becomes, at $80,000, I'll be fine. Then, at $100,000, I'll finally relax. Then, at $150,000, everything will be okay. But every level becomes the new normal, because more money enters the same broken system, and the system absorbs it. That is the uncomfortable truth. A raise does not automatically make you richer. A raise only gives you the chance to become richer. There is a difference. If every extra dollar goes into lifestyle, more income creates a more expensive life. If extra dollars go into savings, investing, debt freedom, and breathing room, more income creates freedom. Same raise. Different result. Most people get the order wrong. They get the raise. Then they upgrade. Then they adjust. Then the new lifestyle becomes normal. Then they try to save whatever is left. But by then, nothing is left. The order has to change. You cannot protect your future with whatever remains after lifestyle takes everything. You have to protect the raise before lifestyle touches it. That is the mindset shift. Financial freedom does not come from earning more alone. It comes from keeping the gap between what you earn and what your life costs. That gap is everything. That gap is savings. That gap is investing. That gap is emergency money. That gap is choices. That gap is peace. Without that gap, even a high income feels stressful. Because broke is not always an income level. Sometimes broke is the feeling that every dollar already has a job before you even touch it. So, what do you actually do? First, create a raise rule. Every time your income goes up, decide where the extra money goes before your lifestyle decides for you. Save part of it. Invest part of it. Use part of it to improve your life. But do not let 100% of your raise become lifestyle. Because if every raise becomes lifestyle, you will always need another raise. Second, freeze your lifestyle after a raise. For 6 months, do not upgrade immediately. Keep the same apartment if possible. Keep the same car if possible. Keep the same subscriptions. Keep the same spending rhythm. This gives your money time to build momentum. Most people upgrade first and try to save later. Do the opposite. Save first. Let the raise create breathing room before it creates new bills. Third, audit your fixed costs. Do not begin by obsessing over every small purchase. Look at the big monthly commitments first. Housing, car, debt, insurance, subscriptions, phone, internet, recurring payments. Ask yourself, how much of my paycheck is already gone before the month starts? That number matters, because if your fixed costs are too high, you will feel broke even with a good salary. Fourth, separate joy from status. Some spending genuinely improves your life. Keep that. But some spending only helps you feel less behind. Question that. Before buying, ask, do I actually want this? Or do I want to be seen as the kind of person who has this? Sometimes the thing you want is not the product. It is approval, confidence, status, relief. And there may be cheaper ways to get those feelings. Fifth, build a breathing room fund. Not because it sounds fancy, because breathing room changes how life feels. When you have no savings, every problem becomes a crisis. A flat tire becomes panic. A medical bill becomes panic. A late paycheck becomes panic. A family emergency becomes panic. But when you have breathing room, life still has problems. They just stop controlling you. Start with 1 month of expenses, then 3 months, then more. Do not wait for life to become perfect. Build margin while life is still messy. That is how you stop feeling broke, not by magically earning unlimited money, but by making sure some of your money finally stays with you. Because here is the truth. If your income rises and your lifestyle rises at the same speed, you are not moving forward. You are running on a more expensive treadmill. The numbers are bigger. The stress is the same. The lifestyle looks better. But the freedom does not grow. And that is why so many people feel confused. They look around and think, I have the job. I have the income. I have the apartment. I have the car. I have the things I used to want. So why do I still feel trapped? Because wealth is not the appearance of progress. Wealth is the space between your income and your obligations. It is the money you do not have to spend, the payment you do not owe, the upgrade you delayed, the raise you protected, the lifestyle you refused to inflate too quickly. That is where freedom begins. The hidden reason you feel broke, no matter how much you earn, is not that you failed. It is that every time your income grew, your definition of enough grew with it. Break that pattern, and money finally starts staying with you. And once money starts staying with you, everything changes. You do not just earn more, you breathe more, you choose more, you panic less, you stop needing every paycheck to rescue you. That is the real goal. Not to look rich, not to impress people who are also stressed, not to build a life that requires every dollar you make. The goal is to build a life where your income grows, but your peace grows faster. So ask yourself honestly, where did your last raise go? Did it become freedom? Or did it quietly become rent, payments, subscriptions, delivery, upgrades, and a lifestyle that now feels impossible to step back from? That answer will tell you more about your financial future than your salary alone. Because the next raise can do one of two things. It can build your freedom. Or it can build a more expensive cage. The difference is whether you protect it before your lifestyle claims it. If this made you see money differently, subscribe, because most people do not need more shame around money. They need to understand the system they are living inside. And once you understand the system, you can finally stop letting every raise disappear.